In China, advanced artificial intelligence has been applied in the humanoid robot Walker S. Chinese company Ubtech integrated an artificial intelligence system called Unree bot from Baidu into their humanoid robot Walker S. According to the Chinese robot manufacturer, this will help Ubtech maintain its leading position in the humanoid robot industry amid intensifying competition. Ubtech plans to fully integrate artificial intelligence technologies into its humanoid robots over the next 2 or 3 years. However, such integrations are still in the research and development stage, and it is difficult to guarantee when these products will begin mass production, whether it be this year or the next. Recently, Ubtech released a video demonstrating how Walker S can respond to voice commands, fold clothes, sort items, and answer questions about how to choose clothing. Ubtech plans to begin training its humanoid robots to work on production lines for new energy vehicles this year, with shipments of small batches starting next year. By the end of this year, company will also release the first generation of family member humanoid robots, which will provide friendly communication and emotional support. The recent collaboration between American developer OpenAI, chipmaker NVIDIA, and robot manufacturer Figure AI shows that partnership can provide strong technical support for humanoid robots. Not long ago, California-based company Figure AI released a video demonstrating how OpenAI's artificial intelligence can be applied to humanoid robots, sparking lively discussions. The two-legged robot H1 from the Chinese company Unree became the first android to perform a backflip while standing without using hydraulics. H1 used only its own M107 electric motors, each with a peak torque of 360 Newton-meters. This humanoid, standing at 1.8 meters tall and weighing 47 kilograms, has already set a record for running speed, 12 kilometers per hour. And it is expected to move even faster in the future. Humanoid robots like Boston Dynamics Atlas have been performing backflips for several years. However, they use heavy and potentially non-sealed hydraulics to lift off the ground, execute the backflip, and then land on both feet. H1, on the other hand, relies solely on its own electric motors. Each his leg has 3 degrees of freedom at the hip, 1 at the knee, and 1 at the ankle. The upper limbs have 4 degrees of freedom each. All cables are routed internally, so the robot does not catch on anything and looks neatly. While such skills may look impressive, finding real-world applications for them is challenging. However, H1 is capable of more practical actions such as speed walking, climbing stairs, jumping, and even dancing. The robot can carry up to 30 kilograms of payload. It does not yet have hand grippers like Tesla's Optimus or Figure 01. It is equipped with an array of sensors on its head, including 3D LiDAR and an Intel RealSense depth camera for scanning the surrounding environment. The specifications list a replaceable battery with a capacity of 864 watt-hours, but these specifications may still change. The company expects the commercial device to achieve a maximum travel speed of around 18 kilometers per hour. The estimated price of the robot is already $90,000. However, it may take up to 10 years for it to appear on the market. We are witnessing the end of an era. Boston Dynamics has retired the robot Atlas. After 11 years of dancing, acrobatics, and other impressive feats, the humanoid robot Atlas is going into retirement. Boston Dynamics, which developed it in 2013 for a competition held by the US Department of Defense, bid farewell to Atlas in a video. The humanoid robot failed to attract buyer interest. Unlike the robotic dog and bird-like warehouse worker, 2 other Boston Dynamics creations. The company does not publicize the reasons for retiring the hydraulic robot Atlas. However, there are several factors that indicate the justification for this decision. Firstly, in recent years, Boston Dynamics has focused on commercializing its developments. Secondly, complex hydraulic robots are unpopular with buyers because they leave puddles of hydraulic fluid on the floor. Thirdly, the company is very successful in selling the robot dog named Spot. And finally, robotics is actively and successfully evolving towards fully electric androids. It is possible that in the future, we will see a new humanoid robot from Boston Dynamics without hydraulics, but no less capable. But that's not all the news from the company. The Boston Dynamics Spot robot herds sheep, checks crops, and lounges in the grass in a new video. New Zealand company Robotics intends to make this a reality. Robotics demonstrated how such a device can be used in agriculture. For now, it's a showcase of capabilities that are expected to be implemented in the future. Robotics plans to collaborate with Boston Dynamics to develop a software platform through which the Spot robot can perform the actions shown in the video. This means it can assist in herding sheep, inspecting various crop yields, and creating real-time route maps. According to Robotics, the use of such robots in agriculture increases food production efficiency, enhances yield estimation accuracy, and reduces the workload on workers. It's currently unclear when the platform will be ready, but given the capabilities of Boston Dynamics robots, it's entirely plausible that Spot can handle such tasks. But before we had a chance to say goodbye to Atlas, Boston Dynamics made a real gift to all robotics enthusiasts and introduced a new generation of Atlas robots developed together with Hyundai. The new Atlas is designed based on decades of research and confirms our commitment to creating the most capable and useful mobile robots that solve the most complex tasks in modern industry, explained Boston Dynamics. The new robot is fully electric, with fully removed hydraulic elements. According to company specialists, the second generation of Atlas robots has become even faster and more agile. The new model of Boston Dynamics robots will be tested at the testing ground at the Hyundai factory. Developers promise to provide more details about the robot and its design in the future. The company stated that it is the most dynamic humanoid robot in the world. This is the creation of the well-known Japanese developer of realistic humanoid robots, Hiroshi Ishiguro. The Japanese engineer has created an android with the face of a 10-year-old boy, which convincingly mimics human facial expressions. There are not many engineers and organizations working on creating realistically looking androids and gynoids. Partly, this is due to the fact that realistically reproducing human facial expressions on a robot's face is technically quite challenging, making such robots complex and expensive devices that currently do not find commercial applications. Some robots are globally known, such as the gynoid Sophia. She can engage in conversation, express emotions, tell jokes, and even speak Russian. However, even devices of this level still evoke the uncanny valley effect, so engineers continue to work on creating more advanced humanoid robots. One of the most famous roboticists in this field is Professor Hiroshi Ishiguro from Osaka University, who has been involved in creating several humanoid robots and has even made a twin android. Now, the Japanese engineer has published materials related to his new project, a humanoid robot named Ibuki. This humanoid robot has the face of a 10-year-old boy and is equipped with a pair of arms and a wheeled platform with asymmetrical wheels. Due to them, the robot sways slightly in motion, simulating the movement of the human body when walking. Ibuki's face not only express emotions but also include involuntary movements, adding realism. The robot blinks and moves its head and eyes slightly. Ishiguro himself believes that such developments are important because they open up possibilities for natural nonverbal communication between robots and humans. It is worth noting that some humanoid robots do find commercial applications. For example, the gynoid Aiko Chihira, developed by Toshiba specialists, began performing duties as a consultant in one of the Japanese shopping centers in 2015. Mentee Robotics has unveiled its first prototype of a two-legged humanoid robot capable of understanding human language and learning. The team is developing a humanoid robot that, according to them, would be able to understand commands in natural language using artificial intelligence. The Mentee bot prototype incorporates AI at every level of its operations. Its motion control is based on a new machine learning method called Sim2Real, where reinforcement learning occurs in a virtual version of the robot, allowing it to use as much data as needed for training, and then react to the real world using minimal data. Methods based on NERF, the latest neural network technologies for representing 3D scenes, reflect the world in real time. Semantic knowledge is stored in these cognitive maps, which the computer can query to find things and places. The Mentee robot can determine its location on a 3D map and then automatically plan dynamic paths to avoid obstacles. The prototype demonstrated a complete cycle of performing complex tasks, including navigation, locomotion, scene understanding, object detection and localization, grasping and understanding natural language. However, Mentee Robotics noted that this is not the final version. The company also announced that it initially targets two main markets for the Mentee humanoid. One of these markets is the household sector, where a domestic assistant capable of maneuvering in households can perform a range of tasks, including setting the table, cleaning, laundry, and learning new tasks on the fly through verbal instructions and visual imitation. The second industrial market is the warehouse, where the automated robot is designed for efficient searching, retrieval, and transportation of items, as well as capable of handling loads up to 25 kilograms. Here is a robot created by the British company Engineered Arts, which can make eye contact with you, sing Singin' in the Rain, and even guess your age. You don't need to be paranoid. Robothespian is a life-sized humanoid robot designed for human interaction in public environments. It is fully interactive, multilingual, and user-friendly, making it an ideal device for communication and entertainment. Robothespian's movements can be controlled using a tablet. The robot can guess people's moods and ages and send air kisses before performing a song. Currently, in its third generation, with more than 6 years of continuous development, Robothespian is a proven and trusted platform, trusted by national scientific centers, tourist attractions, commercial users, and academic research institutions worldwide. Robothespian is a commercial robot. It can be ordered for private shows or for interacting with visitors. The customer receives software for controlling the robot as part of the package. Watching the robot is incredibly interesting. Looking at him, you understand why comedy is considered the most complex theatrical genre. The robot flawlessly performs scenes from classical tragedies, popular action movies, and science fiction films. But laughing is not yet within its capabilities. A smile, that's what those 50 facial muscles are needed for in humans. This is one of the most famous Japanese robots, Asimo from Honda. The Japanese manufacturer has been working on this project since 2000. And since then, several versions of the robot have been introduced to the world. We will focus on the latest version. Initially, the robot was created to assist the elderly and people with limited mobility. However, with the development of artificial intelligence, the scope of the robot's application has significantly expanded. Nowadays, the company also offers it as a robot secretary. It can greet guests, escort them to the necessary office or room, serve drinks, and so on. Externally, the humanoid robot Asimo resembles a short person in a spacesuit. It stands 1.3 meters tall and weighs just over 50 kilograms. This height is not accidental. It allows a seated person to comfortably communicate with the robot, and the robot itself to efficiently assist those who cannot get out of bed or are sitting in a wheelchair. Additionally, thanks to its small stature, lightweight, and the use of durable materials in its construction, the robot will sustain minimal damage if it falls. However, it only falls if it is deliberately pushed with force. If the robot stumbles or experiences a moderate push, the system will keep it standing. Thanks to numerous servo motors, Asimo's movements are very smooth, just like a human's. It can walk at a speed of about 3 kilometers per hour, run at a speed of 7 kilometers per hour, walk backward, climb and descend stairs, play ball, squat, hop on one leg, and dance. This robot can shake hands, make a rocker gesture, and even open bottles and pour water. Asimo has 5 fingers, and it handles them perfectly. He is sociable and strives to help people. Its brain promptly processes information from cameras, microphones, and other sensors, allowing it to navigate its surroundings excellently, distinguishing between static and moving objects. During a conversation, the robot's cameras track the face of the speaker. If you move while talking, the robot will turn to follow you. The Chinese company Alibaba has also decided to replace live personnel with robots. Due to this, the warehouse owned by the electronic commerce giant Alibaba has increased its productivity by 300% by incorporating robots into the workflow. The warehouse is located in Huizhou, Guangdong Province, covering an area of almost 3,000 square meters. The robots, equipped with artificial intelligence, recently appeared here and were created by the well-known company Quicktron, located in Shanghai. The robots receive tasks via Wi-Fi and assist people working on operations such as packaging and storage control. They transport necessary racks and other loads weighing up to 500 kilograms at speeds of up to 1.5 meters per second. In total, over 1,000 intelligent robots work in the warehouse. The robots use lasers to navigate the warehouse and can communicate with each other. For example, to yield to other robots to avoid collisions. The robots know when their battery charge is running out and autonomously come for recharging. According to Placetech, a packer at this Alibaba warehouse used to walk an average of 28,000 steps per shift. After robotization, this number of steps has been reduced to 2,500, indicating the incredible efficiency of the robots. Forget about gravity. Flying skateboards have started being produced in USA. It may sound like a joke or mockery, but it's not. Now you can buy not only a jetpack or a flying car, but also a hovering board. Of course, it's not a flying carpet, but still it's a pretty cool gadget. The cost of the flying skateboard from Ubtech is not disclosed yet, but the manufacturer has already started accepting orders. The hoverboard allows you to soar up to a height of 3 meters, automatically maintains balance, prevents a person from falling, and can be controlled using a smartphone app. Famous skateboarder Tony Hawk and actor Christopher Lloyd participated in the advertising of the hoverboard. The HUVR hoverboards themselves look almost like replicas of the original flying boards from Back to the Future Part 2. One would like to believe that HUVR is a real company capable of developing a hoverboard. However, unfortunately, behind the company's story stands the popular comedy website Funny or Die. The truth emerged after a costume designer who worked on the video published information about the filming of the clip in her resume. Nevertheless, technology has not yet reached the level to create such a device. And while solutions can be found to lift the board into the air, the problem of braking remains unsolved. Write in the comments if you would like to ride such a hoverboard. And here is one of the most famous humanoid robots from Toyota, the THR3. It stands at 1.5 meters tall, weighing 75 kilograms. It has 32 degrees of freedom and 10 fingers on its hands. Moreover, this system is capable of replicating all of the operator's movements. All of this became possible due to the creation of what the developers called the Master Maneuvering System. The company says that the THR3 belongs to the third generation of its automatic systems. It was developed in the laboratories of the partner robot division. According to the company, THR3 is capable of assisting humans both at home and in places like hospitals, offices, and construction sites. It can also perform a range of operations, not the most complex ones, in places hazardous to humans. The robot's joints bend in the same way as a human's. As soon as the operator makes a movement with their arm or leg, the robot replicates the same movement. Turkish-owned parcel distribution company Kormet has installed Europe's biggest application of robot-based sortation technology. Designed and fitted by Robotics, in conjunction with its Turkish distribution and after-sales support partner Loadmaster, the system has been implemented at Kormet's Tuzla facility on the outskirts of Istanbul. The system uses 120 mini yellow autonomous mobile robots to connect over 700 destination chutes with 5 parcel induction points with the capacity to process a whopping 45,000 items per hour. This range is a cost-efficient and flexible alternative to the traditional tilt tray and cross-belt conveyor-based sortation systems. Each robot requires just 1/5 of the floor space needed for conveyor systems, has a load capacity of up to 10 kilograms, and is equipped with collision avoidance technology to ensure safety during route-based tasks. Fixed equipment lacks the flexibility needed to adapt to the constantly changing throughput requirements of a modern parcel fulfillment business. But by shifting from static cross-belt sorters to ultra-energy efficient and flexible AMR technology, warehouse operators are reinventing the way that parcel sortation works. There can be no doubt that robotic sorting systems are a game-changer for the logistics sector. They are also good news for the environment. The Japanese company Subaru has completed work on the operational prototype of its rideable robot Arcax, as reported on its website. Engineers at the company were inspired by science fiction movies and wanted to give everyone the opportunity to feel like they're in the future today by controlling such an unusual robot not remotely, but from within, as in the movies Avatar or Pacific Rim, where combat machines with pilots fought against giant monsters from another world. The Arcax robot is a manned boarding machine, fully controlled by a human. Although it looks futuristic, it is essentially a combination of a forklift with manipulators and a moving transformable platform. Arcax looks impressive. It stands at 4.5 meters tall and weighs 3.5 thousand kilograms. The length and width of the machine resemble that of a small urban truck. Arcax's distinctive features include functional manipulator arms and the ability to transform its wheeled platform. For faster and more stable driving, the robot sits down and its wheelbase becomes elongated. The company's engineers will continue to improve their robot and plan to release it for sale soon. The humanoid robot Hubo 2 has been developed at the Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology's Humanoid Robot Research Center. Hubo 2 is lighter and faster than its older brother, weighing 45 kilograms, and capable of walking 2 times faster. A major improvement over early humanoid designs is Hubo 2's gait. Most humanoid robots walk with their knees bent, which is dynamically more stable but not natural compared to human walking. Hubo 2 performs straight leg walking. It consumes less energy and allows for faster walking. The robot has more than 40 motors and dozens of sensors, cameras, and controllers. It carries a lithium polymer battery with a 480 watt-hour capacity, which keeps the robot running up 2 hours with movement and up to 7 hours without movement. Another improvement is the hand design. It weighs only 380 grams and has 5 motors and a torque sensor. It can handle any object that fits on its palm, and its wrist can rotate in a human-like way. Hubo 2 has the range of motion and the mobility to dance, shake hands, and even play with a sword. Agility Robotics introduced a platform for managing hundreds of worker robots. Today, companies are testing units or tens of worker robots in factories, but in the near future, there will be hundreds of such workers. Agility Robotics has proactively addressed how to manage a robot fleet. It has developed the ARC platform, which will allow simultaneous control of an entire workshop of humanoid robots and coordinate their work. There is fierce competition among manufacturers of humanoid robots to enter the industrial market, where companies like Amazon, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz are waiting for them. To supply customers with hundreds of robots, it is necessary to first understand how to efficiently manage their actions. Agility Robotics is preparing to be a pioneer. Its platform will allow programming dozens of robots for different tasks simultaneously. For example, 20 robots in a factory could unload trucks. Another 10 of their colleagues could sort boxes and stack them onto pallets, while the rest could transport goods to the conveyor belt. Currently, Agility's robot named Digit works in warehouses at Amazon and GXO Logistics. The company is opening a manufacturing facility called RoboFab in Oregon, where it plans to produce up to 10,000 humanoid robots annually. Meet Valkyrie, the robot that will potentially fly to Mars in the future. Scientists in Edinburgh have begun training NASA's robot, which may one day accompany American astronauts into space and assist them in orbit. At present, this is NASA's most advanced robot. The 1.8-meter humanoid has 44 movable joints, allowing it to perform a wide range of movements. It is also equipped with scanning lasers and cameras to simulate human vision. The robot's tasks will include inspecting and servicing infrastructure, as well as tending to plants grown in open space. NASA hopes that Valkyrie will be able to handle monotonous work, freeing up time for humans to perform more complex tasks. Valkyrie has simplified hand structure, consisting of only 3 fingers and a thumb, and its head has 3 degrees of freedom. Numerous elastic rotational drives ensure smooth movements. The robot's designers have also added anthropomorphic features to it, in the hope that the robot will appear more human-like, rather than just a piece of metal during long, solitary missions. Introducing the Fusion Robot Backpack, which will provide its owner with an extra pair of hands. This creation comes from the engineers and designers at the University of Tokyo and Keio University in Japan. They have placed the robot on a backpack-style mount and equipped it with 2 types of interfaces for interaction with the human wearer and a remote operator. At first glance, this development may seem like a useless toy. The fact is that, in reality, the device's servo motors do not have enough power to perform any useful work from the perspective of an ordinary person. In other words, the robot is not capable of lifting weights for its owner. Nevertheless, developers have every reason to believe that Fusion will be in demand. Manipulators controlled remotely can accurately replicate the movements of one user's arms for another. Moreover, they can be located not only in different rooms, but also on different continents. Thus, doctors, surgeons, musicians, and artists can learn from recognized leaders by mimicking their movements. In fact, there are 3 main operating modes. The manipulators move freely, under the user's control, or they move the user's arms themselves. In the first option, Fusion does not perform any useful work. Its servo drives are low-powered and clumsy, so it cannot carry heavy bags for a person or give them a head massage on the go. However, the second mode has already found application in virtual reality games. But, in reality, it is just part of the third function. Any person equipped with Fusion can transfer the movements of their arms to another user with the robot backpack. Write in the comments if you would like to try out this unusual robo backpack for yourself. Next up is a robot named King Louie. It was created at one of the American universities and not without reason, but with funding from NASA. Although it's not surprising, the robot is inflatable, which means it will be extremely useful in space, as King Louie is lighter, cheaper, and safer than its classical robot counterparts. The inflatable sections are hidden in a fabric shell and act like muscles due to a compressor. According to the developers, King Louie is not inferior in lifting capacity to industrial robots like Baxter. And in some reviews, another scenario was highlighted. If necessary, the robot can become a backup source of air. Perhaps this is the first step towards chubby beauties like Baymax. Orb Aerospace has unveiled the concept of a fully functional electric aircraft called the SJX, which represents a futuristic blend of a Star Wars-style fighter and a flying car. The electric plane is compact in size and can easily fit into a standard garage, while vertical takeoff and landing technologies eliminate the need for extensive infrastructure for its reception. In terms of technical specifications, according to the developers, the SJX has a range of 1,000 nautical miles, a maximum speed of 300 kilometers per hour, and a payload capacity of up to 225 kilograms. Due to its compact size, 25 such aircraft can be easily accommodated in a C-130 cargo plane and delivered to any point in the world within 24 hours. This level of mobility allows the SJX to be used not only as urban transport, but also during humanitarian missions or rescue operations in remote areas. The In-Situ Fabricator is an autonomous construction robot capable of building any architectural structure. Developers are confident that similar robots will be widely used on construction sites in the future. Matthias Kohler from the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich is one of the supervising professors and architects involved in the research. According to him, the In-Situ Fabricator is the first robot that can actually be used on construction sites and create non-standard structures. The robot is an industrial manipulator on a mobile platform, making it versatile and self-sufficient. A 2D laser rangefinder, combined with computer algorithms, makes it possible to create a 3D map of the site, linked to structural plans. The map allows the robot to know its location and move around the construction site without external assistance. Professor Jonas Buchli, involved in the project, explains that a number of sensors are already integrated into the robot, with more to be installed. Some of them measure distances, and cameras will also be installed. Developers claim that the construction robot has several advantages, primarily in terms of reducing the planning time required to start construction. The Bumpa is Mace Industries' original product. It has revolutionized the roofing industry and is a household name within the UK and increasingly internationally. The Bumpa is quick to erect, simply unloaded from your truck and up and running within 4 minutes. 1,000 tiles can then be loaded onto any roof in under 25 minutes. Not only does the Bumpa outload any competitor, it also has a powered reverse to strip valuable salvage down easily, as fast straight from the roof into the back of a truck. The electric version of the Bumpa works in both forward and reverse thanks to its electronic inverter, all at the touch of a button, and use it to strip salvage from even the most difficult roofs. The Bumpa's unique folding design means it fits perfectly onto the back of a pickup or on top of a Transit with specially designed bolster racks. The electric Bumpa is simple to use. Unfold the machine, plug it in, then off you go. All you need is a 5 kV transformer. At the IREX exhibition in Tokyo, the Japanese company Hybot presented a new version of its snake robot, the Acrmr 5H. This is an improved version of the world's first snake-like robot created by Professor Hirozu in 1972. The standard robot consists of 9 segments, with a length of 1.75 meters and a diameter of 8 centimeters. The robot can move both on land and in water. Each segment of the robot has 2 degrees of freedom. Each module has its own built-in battery, and together they can provide the robot with 1.5 hours of operation. Control is carried out via remote control or Wi-Fi. In the standard version, a video camera is installed in the robot's head module. Using the principle of active chords, it convincingly simulates the movement of a snake on land or underwater. The robot can move through rough terrain, dive underwater, and swim back to the surface. The robot can also be equipped with various sensors and mechanisms to control buoyancy. Possible applications of the robot include inspecting flooded enclosed spaces, monitoring harbors and coastal areas, inspecting ship hulls, inspecting underwater pipes, and much more. A great way to avoid mistreating animals by replacing them with holograms has been implemented by Ronali Circus in Germany. They have developed 3-dimensional holographic images created by projectors that transmit images onto a 32-meter wide and 5-meter deep arena with a 360 degrees view for the audience. However, their shows have remained just as captivating. Modern technologies allow creators to reach a new level of circus performances. Audiences can witness tricks that real-life animals wouldn't be able to perform. The technical aspect of the issue is handled by the company Blue Box, which installed the Optoma system inside the large arena. Holographic animals come to life due to 11 laser projectors positioned around the central ring. The circus's upgrade cost organizers over €500,000. Following this, their popularity has soared. In a year, over 600,000 tickets priced from €29 to €70 were sold for Ronali performances in Hamburg, where it is located. Employees of Cornell University have introduced a robotic assistant designed to help humans in the cooking process. The development is already capable of assisting in the preparation of 6 different dishes and can understand human speech through voice commands. Engineers have developed modular mosaic architectures that allow robots to perform household tasks and even assist in food preparation. The system includes an interactive task planner, architectures for object identification and robot motion planning, as well as a module for predicting human motion. The authors conducted 60 trials using 2 robotic systems, the mobile manipulator Stretch RE1 and the desktop manipulator Franca Research 3. Both modules helped a person prepare 2 types of salads, 3 varieties of soup, and a tuna sandwich. Currently, researchers at Cornell University are working on improving the basic components of the mosaic to enhance its performance. Additionally, the mosaic could serve as a foundation for new research and future robotic systems. Aerones has demonstrated the first robots to offer a full range of services for servicing and repairing wind turbine blades. It is reported that the robots perform technical maintenance 3 to 5 times faster than humans and use tools to perform various tasks, including blade restoration. The robots are capable of performing technical maintenance and repairing erosion on the leading edge of wind turbine blades, stopping the erosion progression in an economically efficient manner. The robots were showcased in Riga, Latvia. They can operate in wind conditions of up to 15 kilometers per hour, while technicians work in conditions of up to 9 kilometers per hour. Aerones can enhance the safety of maintenance technicians, perform repairs faster, reduce downtime, and reduce costs. The wind turbine technical maintenance and repair market was valued at $36 billion in 2022, and it is expected to grow to $63 billion by 2029. Circus Robotics has showcased the application of the full-size exoskeleton Guardian XO for various tasks. One of the applications is loading luggage at airports, for which exoskeletons are already being used as part of a joint pilot project between Circus and Delta Airlines. In early 2020, the company launched a pilot project with Delta Airlines, in which exoskeletons are used for luggage loading, and now Circus has demonstrated other potential uses for the Guardian XO. Different attachments on the robotic arms are used for cargo handling. For suitcases and heavy boxes with rope handles, long hooks are used, and for transferring tires, an attachment with 2 downward bent plates is used. The operator can also easily release the control handle of the robotic arm and make some minor movements themselves. It is worth noting that the speed and range of motion of the exoskeleton are limited both hardware and software-wise to prevent injury to the operator in case of device malfunction. If the system loses power for any reason, the exoskeleton will come to a smooth stop. With a load of 72 kilograms and walking at a speed of 4.8 kilometers per hour, the Guardian XO consumes around 500 watts. China has showcased autonomous swarming kamikaze drones. In late December, China showcased the CH-901 system for launching a massive swarm of kamikaze drones. A viral video on social media claims that Chinese military has learned to apply drone swarms in practice. The video shows the Dongfeng Mengshi military vehicle from CAEIT with a box-like installation of 48 tubes designed for simultaneous launch of a large number of UAVs, similar to a reactive launch fire system. The launch itself was not captured, but the radar screen was demonstrated, where numerous objects rapidly dispersed from one point, presumably representing drones. As analysts note, the displayed UAVs resemble the CH-901 kamikaze drones introduced in 2017, but it is unknown whether they were used in shooting the recent video or not. According to information circulating on Chinese social media, the mysterious barrage munitions have a length of 1.2 meters, flight duration ranges from 40 minutes to 2 hours depending on the payload, altitude ranges from 100 meters to 1500 meters, and communication range is 10 kilometers. The built-in camera allows target detection up to 2 kilometers away. Experts interviewed by journalists do not believe in such rapid development of drone launch technology in China, although they acknowledge the high potential of the country's defense industry. David Schenk, a US-based expert on drone countermeasures, pointed out that the viral video does not show anything substantial. Although the Chinese would have boasted about their achievements if they had achieved autonomous drone swarm operation. The Eurasian Times writes that China actively promotes its technical achievements amid competition with the US, highlighting new military technologies in the media. The demonstration of only part of the drone launch system suggests that the video was likely released for propaganda and information warfare purposes. At the same time, China is a recognized leader in unmanned technologies, with a plethora of combat, reconnaissance, and cargo drones in its arsenal. Moreover, Chinese DJI is the world's leading private company in the production of civilian UAVs, with its products actively used by Ukraine and Russia during the war. Even without fully autonomous control, drone swarms pose a significant threat on the battlefield, as they can sow panic among soldiers and overload air defense systems. Recently, the development of invisibility technology has been attracting increasing interest from the scientific community. There are numerous theories and even prototypes for creating invisible materials. However, as reported by Eureka Alert, a group of researchers from the University of Extremadura, Spain, has recently been able to demonstrate a technology for electromagnetic object masking based on the refractive properties of certain substances. Currently, the main existing technologies for creating invisibility rely on covering the object with a special substance. Spanish scientists, on the other hand, propose initially adding special additives to the details and materials of the required structures. The researchers use the latest technology called plasma cloaking, which makes not only the covering material but also the object itself invisible. The electromagnetic invisibility effect is achieved by filling the structures with special materials with high dielectric and magnetic properties. Thus, the new method allows achieving invisibility of an object without using any external interventions. Moreover, invisibility using fillers allows the object to interact with its environment without interference from external masking. At the moment, the technique is only applicable to small objects, but the authors of the study believe that it can be improved in the future to be used on larger structures. Japanese have fulfilled the dream of every homemaker and taught a robot to tidy up the room. Japanese company Preferred Networks has developed a system for controlling helper robots that fully automates the cleaning process. The system includes voice recognition, allowing the robot to understand voice commands, as well as computer vision technologies that help the device analyze objects, pick them up, and put them away. At the core of the robot system is an ultra-precise neural network trained on nearly 2 million images. Due to this, the system can efficiently recognize objects, after which the robot can identify them, understand how to lift a specific item, and where to put it. For example, the robot knows that pens should be placed in a cup for stationery, and items on the floor should end up in the laundry basket. Additionally, the robot's computer vision is also used to recognize non-verbal commands. The system can track where a person is pointing. The Ubionic arm is an advanced bionic prosthetic limb developed by Ubionic Company, using cutting-edge robotics and bionics technologies. It features a stylish and modern design made from high-quality materials, ensuring strength and durability. This prosthetic limb has a wide range of functional capabilities, equipped with various motorized drives and sensors for precise control and feedback. Control is achieved using electromyography or other sensory systems, allowing the user to control the movements of the prosthesis with muscle signals. Programmability and customization make the Ubionic arm an ideal solution for individualized user needs, and innovative technologies, including artificial intelligence and machine learning, ensure optimization of functionality and interaction with the environment. This advanced device helps people with amputations or limited mobility to regain partial functionality and improve their quality of life. Now let's move to the circus. Founded in 1871, the Ringling Brothers Circus was once the largest and most famous in the world until its closure 7 years ago. This year it has returned, but in a revamped show, there are no animals at all because they are now replaced by robots. This is sure to please animal rights advocates. For example, performing before the audience is the Go-1 robot dog from Unree Robotics. This electronic circus performer is adorned with pink fur and has a spring tail attached to it. The robot is controlled via a remote control resembling a drone controller joystick. By the way, anyone can purchase Go-1 for a price starting from $2,700. Such a solution is not only innovative and original, but also efficient. For example, robots simplify the circus staff's duties by eliminating the need to feed and care for animals. Additionally, Robots are not susceptible to stress and do not require training. They just need to be programmed. Lim X Dynamics, a Chinese company specializing in the development of walking robots, has unveiled the four-legged robot W1 equipped with wheels at the ends of its legs. The robot is capable of dynamically combining walking with wheeling, overcoming obstacles such as gaps, and moving up and down stairs. Due to the built-in surface type recognition system, W1 can autonomously switch between different modes of movement and dynamically adjust the height and angle of its body relative to the ground during motion. All four legs of the Lim X W1 have backward bent knee joints. At the end of each leg is a wheel with an electric motor that can be locked and act as a grippy sole during walking. The robot can combine walking with wheeling, and the integrated surface type recognition system allows it to autonomously switch between modes of movement, selecting the most suitable option depending on the situation. Moreover, if necessary, it can bend its front or rear legs in such a way that the body maintains a horizontal position when moving on inclined surfaces. This feature may come in handy, for example, if the robot is carrying an unsecured load. Engineers at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology are developing household robots endowed with common sense. These robots are being trained to perform increasingly complex household tasks, from wiping spilled liquids to serving food. They have devised a method that combines robot motion data with the common sense of large language models. Their approach allows the robot to logically break down many household tasks into subtasks and adapt physically to failures within the subtask, enabling the robot to proceed without the need to return and start the task from scratch, and without engineers explicitly programming fixes for all possible failures along the way. To achieve this, the robot breaks the task into subtasks and decides whether to backtrack a few steps or return to the beginning of the action. The approach teaches robots to perform complex household chores without having a clear program on how to behave in all force majeure situations. Tests have shown that when encountering an obstacle, the robot now does not restart the task from scratch or blindly continue despite what happened. Instead, it adjusts its actions and completes each individual subtask before moving on to the next. In this way, robots are literally learning to analyze and understand the surrounding world. Xiaomi has released a video demonstrating the assembly process of its flagship electric car, the SU7, at a new factory in Beijing. It is worth noting that production is carried out in partnership with the major Chinese automotive company BAIC. The short video showcases practically all the key stages of car assembly. Judging by what was seen, the entire process is highly automated, with live personnel only remotely monitoring everything through computer monitors. Even the transportation of parts across the factory is handled by unmanned robots resembling vacuum cleaner robots. The painting process looks especially impressive, with several robotic arms spraying paint onto the body. At the end of the video, various tests that the Xiaomi SU7 undergoes are shown. Xiaomi plans to produce up to 150,000 vehicles per year, with plans to double this figure in the future. Meanwhile, experts have already tested the top-of-the-line SU7 Max model. And finally, here's an interesting development that looks like a clothes dryer or another wind generator at first glance. But don't be fooled. It is a holographic fan on the screen, and moreover, one of the largest on the market. With over 3 meters in height, rotating at a speed of 500 RPM, and featuring 5,512 LEDs. The numbers are impressive. Advertisement clips, movies, and everything else are clearly visible even on a sunny day thanks to the brightness of up to 2,500 nits. By the way, the video is played from a memory card via an Android and iOS app, from the cloud, or directly from the internet, and this rotating wonder will work for at least 20,000 hours. Researchers from Princeton University, USA, have introduced TidyBot, a project of a personalized assistant robot. The robot is equipped with functionality that allows it to classify objects by color, recycle beer cans, tidy up items, and collect trash. The essence of the research lies in personalizing home cleaning with the help of a personal cleaning robot equipped with a manipulator capable of cleaning rooms by lifting and tidying up objects. The key task is to determine the correct place for each item, depending on the preferences of the people, which may vary depending on their personal tastes. For example, one person may prefer to store shirts in a drawer of a table, while another person may prefer to store them on a shelf. Researchers presented an example of a system that can learn about user preferences based on just a few examples through previous interactions with a specific person. User examples are presented as a textual list of objects present at the cleaning site and a list of possible containers where they can be placed. This is followed by a series of commands that show where to place the objects according to the user's preferences. Researchers from the California Institute of Technology have created a bipedal robot that combines walking with flying, making it exceptionally agile and capable of complex movements. The California Institute of Technology describes Leonardo as a partially walking robot and partially flying drone, as it can walk on ropes, jump, and even ride a skateboard. While this sounds impressive, the insect-like design of the robot and the sudden transition to flight mode can certainly be intimidating to anyone. Additionally, Leo is the first robot to use multi-joint supports and propeller-based motors to achieve precise control over its balance. Leo stands at a height of 61 centimeters and is equipped with 2 legs with 3 articulated joints each, as well as 4 propeller motors mounted at an angle to the robot's shoulders, which not only help correct its position, but also enable it to take to the sky to leap over rough terrain, stairs, or other obstacles. The team plans to improve Leo's performance by creating a more rigid leg structure that can support more of the robot's weight and help increase the thrust of the propellers it uses for flight. Every year, the egg industry destroys nearly half of the hatched chicks' males because they are unsuitable for meat and egg production. In fact, more than 6.5 billion male chicks die annually due to this practice. This practice has become a source of serious concern for those who value animal welfare and support ethical food production. In many developed countries, laws have even been enacted to prohibit the large-scale killing of male chicks. Scientists at Leipzig University have decided to tackle this problem and have developed a method to determine the sex of chicks directly inside the egg, thereby avoiding the deaths of billions of male chicks. Automated robots from Gibus Tools use a special scanner to identify the sex of chicks. Watching the identification process is incredibly fascinating. Let's take a break from the grim topic of evil artificial intelligence and switch gears to robotics news. Chinese engineers have taught a 2-legged robot to run excellently, despite being struck with sticks and encountering various obstacles. Chinese company Lim X Dynamics showcased a video featuring their 2-legged robot R1, skillfully navigating through the forested slopes of Mount Tanlin and stoically enduring strikes from a stick. Its ability to react appropriately to obstacles like moving objects or uneven terrain is enabled by reinforcement learning. The Lim X Dynamic Perception System comprises a suite of sensors that create a sufficiently detailed high-resolution topographic map. Motion control algorithms transform the collected data into predictive models, forecasting the precise position and direction of the robot's movement. Tests confirm the robot's capability to traverse troughs, climb grassy hills, and regain balance after stumbling. Additionally, it demonstrated resilience to kicks, prods, and repeated strikes to the legs with a stick. Developers attribute this skill to methodical reinforcement learning,